Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You're on S Motorsports, and today, as you saw in the thumbnail, we are installing some headers. So like I said, we're going to be installing some headers today, as well as I also got the, these are Speed Engineering headers, and I also got the X-Pipe mid-pipe kit. And I'm going to retain the factory NPP exhaust. So right now, I'm kind of in process of taking some of the braces off. I didn't want to bore you with that, but this will probably be shot over a few days. So if you see me changing clothes, or if it's light one time, dark the other time, that's why I'm not going to get it all done today. But just starting, getting everything ready, and I might get some help installing these at a different day, but I'm getting everything ready with getting all the under braces off, and maybe take some of the covers and intake off, and getting it all set for when I do have help. But if we take a look at these Speed Engineering headers, I mean, I thought they looked pretty good. I mean, all the welds look really nice, and for the price, you really can't beat it. I got GM header gaskets, and I got ARP bolts to go in, so hopefully we don't have any issues. And I got some different clamps than what the Speed Engineering ones sent. I like the band style clamps that go over both sections for a lap joint. Getting everything ready underneath the car. Let's take a look. Got all the braces off, and really it's just a bunch of hardware underneath, all this plastic that's hiding the cooler. You really just zip them all off. The only thing is this little tab for the big aluminum brace. I did make some wheel cribs. They're 9 inches tall, which isn't necessarily high enough to get this aluminum brace off, because you have to pivot it down and then it goes over this tab here. So I did have to jack it up on one side a little higher to get that aluminum brace off. But other than that, it was pretty simple, just a lot of bolts. So I got the exhaust dropped, kind of propped up the back a little bit, and I put a cardboard box under here and then pulled it out and just let it drop. That seemed to work really good. I'm gonna slide this guy out and keep working on the engine compartment. All right, guys, so just a status update. We got the manifolds out, which I got a buddy here who's camera shy, but that's okay. So we got the bolts for the cats taken off from underneath, and then we were able to bring up this header from the top, and this side, the manifold is still on, but we'll be able to bring that one probably maybe through the bottom, just to clear this stuff. But as you can see, I got everything kind of tied up out of the way. Got the hose kind of sealed off. It is leaking a little bit, but had to remove the air intake. And then I'll show you quick from underneath the steering shaft. I had to get the bolts from underneath, and I put the seat belt through the steering wheel to make sure it doesn't turn. So for the steering shaft, as you can see, you got it disconnected here. I think that intermediate shaft that's in here, there's 2 bolts. You pulled it up, and then you could pull it out of this guy. And then here is the part that you take out. So then I taped the bolts to it so I didn't forget. Okay guys, so it's like a week later. I'm still working on it. Kind of taking my time just whenever I can work on it. I worked on it last weekend. Buddy came over and helped me out, which I appreciate. Definitely kind of a 2-person job getting the headers up in from the bottom, but I'll show you the progress that we made. I slapped the intake and everything back on as this side was all done. Got the headers all installed, plug wires in. And for the plug wires, I wanted to show you. I got these Accel ceramic wires. So the end is ceramic, so it won't burn through the silicone. We'll see how these work. They went on almost too easy. It didn't seem like they were on, and they seem almost loose. So they're definitely on all the way, but it just doesn't seem normal. So gonna see how it runs. If there is a problem, I'll switch back to the original plug wires. But got the both headers all in, gaskets are in, bolts are tightened. I used ARP bolts to hold the headers on. So everything looks really good. One thing I was doing is I was adding some heat reflective insulation to this wire harness right here. As you can see, kind of did it right where the headers, where it's going to get real close to the headers. I wrapped the brake line as well. I got a little section to do underneath there yet, but I'm replacing those zip ties with stainless steel zip ties as well. That was just kind of a placeholder. I had to run and get some. As you can see, they did that on the factory too, on the brake line on this side as well. So I think it's a good preventative measure to make sure that nothing gets too hot there. As you can see, there's no muffler on there. Cut it off with a Sawzall and a fresh blade. Worked good. I just kind of measured them both out the same from the end of the muffler, and went, basically right before it starts to get into the crushed sections. All right, guys, got all cleaned up, and the Camaro is all put together. The headers are on, the mid pipe is on. The only thing I'm missing right now, like I said, is the little connection to go from the 3-inch to the 2.75, which hopefully I'll get Speed Engineering will send that out to me this coming week. Hey guys, so I wanted to throw in an update. I sent Speed Engineering an email. It was a Saturday. They got back to me right away on Monday morning, and they overnighted me some new adapters to go from the 3-inch to the 2.75. So now I'm gonna get those installed, and that'll complete the system. I just got a clamp on there right now just to kind of hold it together, so I can start it up and just see how it sounds. See, I just kind of got a clamp. It's not gonna seal it very well, but it's enough to just start it and make sure I don't have any problems with the ignition wires or anything like that. So let's do a startup and see how it sounds. All right, guys, so this is shot at a later date after I did the outro and stuff that you will see, but I got the system all installed, and I wanted to show you. I got the connection pipes. Like I said, the Speed Engineering, they shipped them to me really quick, so that was not a problem. But got those installed now. Everything looks good. Got everything tightened down. But so the stock brace was not going to work, as the exhaust does hang a little low. And kind of from what I can tell is that most guys running this exhaust on YouTube just leave this brace out, and I did not want to do that. So I got this Halo brace, which kind of has a little drop down in it to make room for the exhaust. So what I did is I kind of shoved some stuff up in here to kind of push the exhaust up while I was tightening everything up, and then removed it, and now I got a tiny little gap. It's kind of twisted a little bit, a little bigger gap over here, but there is a gap, so we're gonna run it and see if I get any vibration sounds or anything. Holy crap, guys. It's a lot louder. It doesn't look like it's leaking that bad from underneath there, actually, but yeah, it's definitely way louder. It sounds good, though. It actually sounds good at idle. I think the smell from the headers is burning off because it smells a little different. Probably pop the hood open. Holy crap, guys, that sounds good. It is definitely way louder, and I like it. Yeah, I got the hood popped open now. The headers, you can smell them. You can see you probably can't see it in the video, but they are already like changing color a little bit. But I didn't hear any like ticking or anything up here for like exhaust leaks, so I think we're good there. Obviously, I'll keep an eye on that. Might have to retighten the bolts a little bit, but yeah, I definitely gonna like this. Yeah, otherwise I'm really happy. It sounds great. I can't wait to actually drive it and get on it with the new exhaust. It's gonna sound like an animal. So yes, I definitely like it. Overall, the installation was really not that bad. It did take me a while though, just time consuming. I still have a few things to button up. I want to heat shrink or do something on the rear O2 sensors to seal those up. But yeah, it was just little TD stuff here and there, and you know, kind of wrapping the harness and everything with that heat reflective stuff that took longer. But I think it was definitely worth it. Super excited, definitely worth the money compared to other headers. I got a whole system, and especially, you know, got rid of all these, I mean, 4 cats, that's crazy. But then the crush pipe, I know people don't say that's not a restriction. You know, for my power levels, I'm sure it's not. But at some point, if you're pushing big horsepower, that is going to become a restriction. But for me, it doesn't really matter. I just don't like it. So yeah, I think it turned out really good. We'll get the rest of it with the connector tied up, get the clamps all situated a little better, and we should be good to go. So look forward to driving and getting some good exhaust clips and pulls in the future come springtime. I'm gonna also be tuning it as well, getting rid of the check engine light. Didn't come on, but I didn't drive it long enough for the O2s, I think, to go into closed loop. But eventually I will be tuning it and changing a bunch of stuff around, and I'll bring you on that journey as well. All right. Thanks, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. See you next time.